Hello friends, Namaskar and welcome to my channel Maths Guidance. So we have come to the third chapter of class 9th mathematics and the chapter's name is coordinate geometry. This is a very interesting chapter and for a student of class 9th it's going to be very enjoying chapter, interesting chapter. And in this chapter we are going to study the position of a point in a plane. So how do we locate the position of a point in a plane and how the coordinate geometry is related with this. So the basic concept of coordinate geometry we are going to learn in this chapter, and in higher classes you will learn more about this chapter, that is coordinate geometry. And later on we will see there was a great French mathematician René Descartes. So René Descartes, he was a mathematician of 17th century. So how he dreamt of this system which was known after his name, that is Cartesian system. So we are going to see the Cartesian system which has been named after him. And we will see the coordinate axes. We will learn what are the coordinate axes on coordinates of a point, and quadrants. We divide basically in 4 quadrants. Then the sign conventions also we will see, and one more thing, that is the graph of y equal to mx plus c, that is linear equations graph. We will get to know all these things in this chapter, coordinate geometry. This is a small chapter and hopefully in 2 classes or 3 lectures we will try to complete it, but we will learn it in a very good manner with examples and problem solving also. So let's start this chapter, and I hope that you are enjoying my classes. Please stay tuned and please like, share and subscribe my videos, my channels. Thank you very much. So friends, let's start the chapter coordinate geometry. So as I told, our target is to find the position of a point in a plane. Now how we do it? So let us start with this, finding the position of a point in a plane. Let's start with 2 examples. Okay, one by one. Let's start with 2 examples and let's see how to find the position of a point in a plane. So first example, let us watch like this. This is one direction, east and west. This is direction in which streets are located. So many streets are there. Let us suppose this is street 1, this is street 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Let us suppose these are street 1, street 2, street 3 and street 4. Suppose somebody says that X lives here. Mr. X or the family of Mr. X lives here. So if you try to say that he lives in S2, that is okay, you can say that he lives in S2, but you cannot exactly say that where does he live in S2. Okay, so S2 is this street. Now if you divide it into 4 or 5 parts like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let us suppose these are the points, point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, this one let us take this point 5. So now, and let us say these are the houses, house number 1, house number 2, house number 3, house number 4, house number 5. Now if we say that Mr. X lives in street 2, lives in S2 and house number 4, so this will be the exact location of Mr. X. So we can say that you can easily find that Mr. X lives in street 2 and house number 4. So this is more valid form. Okay. Similarly, if somebody Y lives here, let us say this is house number 1, house number 2, house number 3 and house number 4. Now if somebody has to find the house of Mr. Y, then he will simply go to street 3 and house number 3. He can easily locate it. So this is the way we locate the position of a point in a plane. Let us suppose this is a plane. Okay, or this any area you can consider a plane in which this is the direction east and west, and the streets are located like this. So you have seen that two references are required. Okay, two independent informations. Basically you require two independent informations to locate the exact position. So two independent informations are required. Informations are required for finding the position of a point. For finding the position of a point. So this was one example, and let us learn it through another example. Okay, let us learn through another example. Suppose one dot has been given in this frame. In this frame, one dot has been given here. Okay, and now you have to tell that where this dot is located. So it's you will be not in a good position to tell that where this dot is. You can tell that yes, this dot is located in the middle upper part of the box, or from the left corner it is situated nearby the left corner. So that will not be the exact location of the dot, what I want to tell you. Okay, now let us see another figure. Let us see another figure like this. Now if you say that this is 2 centimeter, and this is 8 centimeter, and now you say that this dot is located 8 centimeter from this bottom part of the box, 8 centimeter from the bottom part, and from the left edge it is 2 centimeter located. Now it will be correct to say this is a valid position of a dot. This is quite clear that this dot is located from this distance and this distance. So what I wanted to tell you, that two independent informations are required for finding the position of a point, which we will see later on in our Cartesian system or coordinate axis. Okay, so basically these two examples show us that how to find the position of a point in a plane, and for that two independent informations are required. One was here, it was 8 centimeter from this and 2 centimeter from this, and here it was the street and the house number. Okay, so now let us see and if you find in your NCERT textbook, these two examples have been given, and these are very good examples, I think, for a new person to understand. I hope you understand this. Now let us see further in this chapter how it comes out. Okay, now let us understand the same thing to find the position of a point in a plane with another example, that is called seating plan example. Okay, and this is very familiar with the students of any class while they sit in a classroom. This is very good example for them. So we will draw a plan of the sitting in the classroom. Okay, so we will merge all the desks together, and we will represent each desk with a square. Okay, so let us draw this one. Suppose let us draw one square, merging all the desks. Okay, so let us see. So it will be like this, and later on we will find the position of a student, that where he or she is located. Okay, so first let us make it. Each square will represent one desk. Okay, 1 2 3 5. Okay, now each square will represent each desk, and one student will occupy one square or one desk. So suppose somebody is sitting here, somebody, let us say Mr. Ram. Ram is sitting here, and let us suppose one girl, Akshara is sitting here. Okay, and we have to describe it in the column or row, the column in which he or she sits, the column in which he or she sits. And second one, since we require two independent informations, so we have separated that two informations as row and columns. Second one, the row, and I hope you are familiar with this row and column, the row in which he or she sits. So first of all, let us tell me what is row and column. Row is the horizontal one, the horizontal lines, or a square. These horizontal lines, these are called rows. Okay, horizontal lines. And column is the vertical lines. Column are the vertical lines. So these are the columns. 1 2 3 4 5 columns we have, and 1 2 3 4 5 6. So here we have 6 rows and 5 columns. 6 rows and 5 columns. Now we have to tell the position of Ram. Okay, position of Ram. Now see how easy it is to locate the position of Ram. So this is column number 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5. Okay, suppose this is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5 and row 6. Okay, so Ram will be in column 3 and row 4. It is quite clear, column 3 and row 4. So Ram will be sitting in column 4 and row 3. We will say it like this, column 4 and row 3. We will later on get to know that these are called the ordered pairs. Okay, I will tell you in our next few minutes, or maybe in the next lecture. Let us for the time being, let us keep it like this. So you will get to know that this is column 4 and row 3. Now position of Akshara, let us see, position of Akshara. What is the position of Akshara? Now let us see. Akshara is sitting in column 1 2 3 4, column 4 and row 2. Okay, so column 4 and row 2. We will tell it like this, 4 and 2. She was sitting in column 3, column 3 and row 4, column 3 and row 4. He was sitting, Ram. So Ram was sitting in 3 and 4, column and row, and Akshara is sitting in column 4 and row 2. Okay, this was column 3, row 4, column 4 and row 2. So like, we can easily locate the position of Ram and Akshara through this example also, with columns and rows. So we require only two independent things. One was column, second was row. So this was a very good example, sitting plan example, for us to understand the position of a point in a plane. Okay, so let's move further. So let us know some important facts about René Descartes. So as I told you that this simple idea of having this finding the position of a point in a plane, this simple idea has given rise to a very important branch of mathematics known as coordinate geometry. Okay, so this idea gave rise to a branch of mathematics, that was called coordinate geometry. Branch of mathematics, that is coordinate geometry. and this idea was given by the very man René Descartes. Okay, coordinate geometry. So René Descartes was a great French mathematician. He was a great French mathematician, and he was born in 1596. Mathematician born in 1596. So his tenure was this from 1650. Okay, and one day while in his bed, he thought of these things. He solved the problems basically of position of a point in a plane. So that was basically the renewed version of longitude and latitude, the renewed or developed version of latitude and longitude. We had already these systems, latitude and longitude. Okay, but he thought in a different way, latitude and longitude. So in honor of him, in honor of René Descartes, the system used for describing the position of a point in a plane, is called Cartesian plane or system, Cartesian system. So in honor of Mr. René Descartes, the system which was used for describing the position of the point in a plane was called Cartesian system, which we are going to study in this chapter. Okay. René Descartes, he was a French mathematician, 1596 to 1650, and his idea gave rise to a branch of mathematics called coordinate geometry. Okay, and his idea was a renewed and developed version of latitude and longitude. So in honor of him, the system that was developed named as Cartesian system. Okay, Cartesian system. So now we will get to know the various terms associated with this Cartesian system. As I told you that coordinate axis, coordinate points, coordinates of a point, quadrants, and like these things. Later on we will get to know the graph y equal to mx plus c. But let us hold this lecture 1 here only, and from lecture 2 we will get to know the Cartesian system. That will be good. Because as of now this was a learning of position of a point in a plane with 2 or 3 examples, so that was necessary. Okay, so let's meet in lecture 2. Okay, so friends, in lecture 1 we learned actually with 3 examples we saw how to find the position of a point in a plane with 3 very, very nice examples, and I hope all those examples are clear to you. And we learned something about René Descartes, the great French mathematician, the Cartesian system which was introduced by him, named after him. Okay, so let us limit ourselves in this lecture with all these points. From the next lecture we will learn the Cartesian system in a broad way. Okay, so I hope this information is useful to you, and how to locate the position of a point in a plane. So we will see later on the Cartesian system in a broad way in lecture number 2. Okay, so thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the video, and please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.